What's going on, guys? Welcome to another video. Today I'm going to be doing a bit more of an in-depth tutorial for one of my favourite tricks, the around the world. It is wicked. You can do so many tricks once you've learnt it. So this is what it looks like and here's how to do it. Alright guys, so you've seen the trick. Of course you've seen the trick. It's around the world. Every freestyler knows what around the world is. It is probably, in my opinion, the best trick in the world because there's so much you can do from it. So let's try and learn it. The way I learnt it was from a foot stall, so a foot balance. And the way I did that, I held the ball on my foot, tried to go around it, and then tried to catch it on the foot and then back into my hands, back into the juggling, all that kind of stuff. But there's one key fundamental that a lot of people miss on this trick is the timing. So a lot of people try and kick the ball, then they try and go around it. It's all about the movement. So a lot of people think it's about the speed. Yeah, you need a bit of speed, especially when you're going to do doubles and trebles and all that crazy stuff. But to begin with, you need to get your technique just about right. Once you get your technique, it's like riding a bike. It'll be so easy, and your freestyle game will go from here, boom, all the way up to there. So I'm going to take you through it. So when I was talking there about kicking the ball and then going around it, this is kind of the wrong way of doing it. So you would kick the ball like that and then try and go around it. Don't get me wrong, you can do it around the world that way. I can do it if I just about do it, but there's so much more effort that you need to do that. What I recommend you do is focus on it all in one motion. So the difference is going from that to this. Nice and smooth, nice and relaxed, all in one motion. You'll actually see that as I kick the ball, I almost spin it a little bit, and that is because my toe connects with the ball, spins it around the foot. So if this is my foot here, rather than going all the way around fast, it almost guides it up as it's going round. So as my foot goes around, the ball's actually going up like this and it comes down. You'll see that on the slow-mo anyway, but I just wanted to make that clear because once you've got that, it will be much easier. So a thing that I used to do when I was younger, because the first big trick that I ever learned was this. It wasn't around the world. And what I did was I did it from a flick up. So usually you would flick the ball up like this, you know, no problem, flick the ball up. But what I did, I tried to do it in to the around the world. Now I'm going to show you that side on. So from here and then there. Also do it this way as well. So just take a note here that I'm doing my around the worlds mostly to the inside. That is just the way I do it. You can do it the other way. That's just the way I do it because I prefer that way. That's the way I learned to do it. That's the way I prefer to do it. So that's the way I do it. So from here it's around, up, and then catch. So you'll notice I have to flick it up as it goes around. So you can practice these. Even to start with, you can just go around and put your foot on the ball. Around, put your foot on the ball. But here, it's not about getting your foot around the ball, it's more about taking the ball up as your foot goes around. If that makes sense. Sounds a bit strange, doesn't it? But hopefully it will make sense. So it's not about getting around really fast, it's about taking the ball up, and you've got relaxed to get the ball, just relaxed, you know, it's all about technique here. So it goes up, and then down, up, and then down, up, and then down. And once you get used to that, then you can start to maybe add a bounce. So you want to go up, let it bounce, and then come back up. So notice I'm not kicking it then going around. I'm still going around in one motion and then letting it bounce. But you'll soon find, I can't even get my words out, you will soon find that if you get your technique right, you will just do it anyway. So you won't need a bounce because the foot has already travelled around as the ball's gone up. So you'll find you have so much time that, the ball will pop straight up. So once you've got that, and I recommend that you practice that so much, rather than skip steps and go straight into it, practice it from the floor, then you can take it up into the air. So the next way of learning it is actually putting it on your foot. So you can put it on your foot like that, and again, go around. Now, that probably wasn't the best example because I was focused more on speed there, because I tend not to do this trick from my foot. I tend to do it straight from the volley. But what I'm doing here is, from here, I'm kind of hopping slightly on this foot and then going around. So it goes on here, hopping very slightly on this foot, and then it goes around. Now you'll notice we did a Lemons tutorial, we'll put the link down here, which is a double around the world. Obviously don't attempt that until you've got that. That is where your jump comes in. So the higher you jump, the more airtime you get, and the crazier your tricks can be. So the more you focus on the hop and be aware of that, when you come to do later tricks that are a bit harder, a bit more advanced, then this is going to help you. Okay, so one more time, on the foot, hop, and that's hardly a hop, it's just a little jump. So it's here, little jump, over, and then back into your hands. So they are the best tips I can give you on this trick. Once you've got to that point, then I would go straight into it. I would juggle the ball and try and do the trick, which looks like this. So you'll juggle the ball, you go around and do it like that. So my style of freestyle is quite controlled. I like everything to be just about right, and controlled is, you know, is my style. So I try not to kick the ball too high. I try and keep it contained. So that is just my style. Make sure you watch other freestylers out there, because they'll do it slightly different from me. So you will have your style. Freestyle is all about having your own style. There's no two freestylers the same. So have a look at everyone, but find your own style within that. So this is how I would do it. So it's here, around, and then catch, around, and then catch. And you can also do it the other way, which I don't do too much of, but I can still do it that way. And when you get really good, you can start on your other foot as well. Okay guys, you may have noticed before I said this is my favorite trick. The reason being because it leads to so many more variations, advanced variations. So once you've got it, give these a try. Harder than it looks. I might make it look quite easy because I've been doing it for years, but trust me, when I was a lot younger, I couldn't do any of that. I had to really break it down into those steps, and there was a lot of frustration on the way. I remember very clearly trying to do it around the world, getting so frustrated that I almost stopped freestyle, but when I had that break and came back to it, I got the trick. So don't worry too much if you can't quite get it. So yeah, we'll mix in loads of shots of the trick, check out the slow-mos, check out all the angles, check out other freestylers doing it as well. But more importantly, get out and give it a go, because you don't learn anything unless you give it a try and fail again, and one day you'll get it right and it makes up for all those mistakes. All right, good luck guys, enjoy, take care. If you've not subscribed already, make sure you subscribe, hit like, leave us a comment, and I'll see you next time.